Rachelsey at the robot.
Why was it Rachelsey at the robot?
I don't know.
Okay.
It's Rachelsey at the movies.
Yay! Do you want to get rid of yay? Is that what's going on?
It's Rachelsey at the movies. Yay!
All right.
Yay!
We watched The Foreigner, which is available on Netflix, starring Jackie Chan and Pierce Brosnan, right?
Yeah. I thought of a fun, by the way, Pierce Brosnan's pretty old now. I thought of a good, like, when he's older, he could do a commercial for Gold Bond medicated powder. And they could be like, excuse me, your name, sir? And he'd be like, Bond.
Okay.
Gold Bond.
It's very specific.
Anyway, you'd have to work it
commercial.
through. Sorry.
So we watched The Foreigner on Netflix.
It's Rambo, basically. It's
No.
reverse Rambo.
I don't understand what that means.
Reverse Rambo? We'll talk about it when we get into spoilers.
Okay. It's set in England. Involves the IRA, which is a group of people from Ireland involved in some violence in between Ireland and England that I don't know a lot about.
Yeah.
But if you know the song Zombie by the Cranberries, that's what that song's about in some way. This movie starts with there's a bombing, and Jackie Chan is directly affected by that bombing, and the movie kind of like just plays out from there. What would you call this kind of movie?
A reverse Rambo movie.
Okay, but like, it's not a romantic comedy. It's what? Is it suspense? Action?
It's like an
suspense?
action thing. It's like Taken with Liam Neeson.
Yeah, like kind of like that, but like a political. It's not really a
Well,
thriller,
it's just
but
that's
like
the setting. It's put in Ireland with the
yeah.
Yeah.
All right,
It's
so
Northern
Kelsey,
Ireland.
go wait or skip.
Yeah, well, this is the kind of movie I like. So I like Jackie Chan movies. I like Ireland a lot. I like that, that all. Anyway, I'm going to say go see this movie. Why not? If you haven't seen The Foreigner yet, you could watch The Foreigner and then you could listen to the band Foreigner and have a whole Foreigner quarantine celebration. And I think it will be fun and good for you.
Talked about how it's kind of difficult. I feel like my go wait skip wants to change in quarantine.
Yeah, mine has. I'm just like, whatever.
So I'm going to maintain my pre-quarantine go wait or skip.
Which was also kind of whatever, in
your opinion. And I'm going to say wait, but given that we're in quarantine, yeah, like watch this movie. So I'm just not going to say, like, you don't have to rush out and see it. If there is some other movie out there that you haven't seen yet on your, like, streaming platform.
This is better than Outbreak.
Whether that be, like, Netflix or Hulu, which has, like, lots of recent movies and stuff, there might be some other movies for you to see first. But this is a solid, like, movie out there. And you said, oh, I kind of like these kind of movies. And we've talked about this before. I feel like these are, there's movies out there that are like, this is pretty good, but they're more masculine. So I feel like there tends to be a plethora of movies out there that are considered to be more for women. So they fall in the romantic comedy kind of bin. But this one is more masculine. So we recently watched Spencer Confidential. It's better than that. We recently watched Six Underground. Definitely better than that. But it falls into, like, that category.
Yeah.
Spoilers.
Spoilers.
Can you say it in an Irish accent?
Shrimp on the bobby.
Okay. That wasn't the word
spoilers.
spoilers.
It's kind of like, is a spoiler in my... Like, I don't know how to do it, but it's like, blah, blah, blah. I love Ireland. I'm part Irish. I will not take the test, DNA test, because I would just want to live with the idea that I'm mostly Irish. I know that I'm not. I actually know that I'm mostly German. But listen, my favorite fighter is Irish Andy Lee, baby!
What do you think of Pierce Brosnan's Irish accent?
I thought it was pretty solid.
I'm not familiar with Irish accents, so it seemed
He's
good
from
to
Northern.
me.
That was yeah.
But it was a very
Belfast.
specific Irish accent,
Yeah.
which I didn't know until I saw this movie. So I knew there were different kinds of British accents, because there's ones that are, like, pleasant, and then there's one British accent where you're like, oh, like it's not as pleasant. And I didn't know that I could hear the difference in Irish accents, but I can.
I took a class at the University of Houston that was Irish literature, and so we learned a lot about Ireland and the culture. Remember, we watched that show. Like, part of my homework was like watching this show, this TV show from Ireland.
I don't know.
Anyway, I read a lot of books and learned a lot of stuff, so I know a little bit more about it than you.
Yeah, because I was kind of in the dark. I just
but
know
I'm
that
not like a historian or whatever.
the English, like Irish history is kind of bloody, and this seemed to play off that.
Yeah,
was it
was
completely
just
fictional? I mean, the movie's fictional, but like,
the movie's fictional.
Could that happen today in England? Like, is the IRA still have a presence?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. This movie had a backdrop of a culture that took us to a place that Rachel and I don't live and don't really know a lot about.
Yeah.
But I know a little bit about it from my class, you know, obviously. And so, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like this, and I like when, point is, I like when movies do that. I like when a movie has a plot or whatever and puts me in a place that I don't get to see every day because then I get to learn about that. Yeah.
And so this movie, there was a bombing by the IRA. Early on, Jackie Chan's is injured, but his daughter dies. And he is very, obviously, distraught over that. And so I feel like it's almost like Jackie Chan, he's the foreigner, dropped in to this whole other situation going on. Between the IRA, British politics, all this other stuff going on. And he's kind of the lone character who's seen as somebody who's had a really hard life, but has made, like, fights for what is right and good. And in this situation, he's, he's fighting for justice for his daughter. Now, I might argue that it's not always our responsibility.
He's fighting for vengeance.
I didn't see vengeance. I saw justice.
Okay. This is just like Rambo. Rambo is a story about a special forces guy with PTSD who was put in a situation that brought that out of him. And this was the same thing, except that it wasn't them treating Jackie Chan Rambo badly because he was a hitchhiker. It was that his daughter was in this bank that got blown up, and Jackie Chan wanted to know who are the people that killed. He couldn't find the answer, so he used his talent and skill of whatever that he learned in the Special Forces to rectify the situation, just like Rambo did when they tried to mess with Rambo.
Yes. So, like, there's all these, like,
Rambo
political things going on, secrets within families.
Secrets.
And then, you know, like, Jackie Chan's character is kind of like the, you know, fly that they just can't kill or get rid of. Like, he is just coming.
Like a Rambo.
Making, until, like, he eventually helps to... Well, I don't know if he helps to, like, bust open the whole mystery. I feel like the Bromley guy, he figured everything out. And then Jackie Chan's character was like, now I murder these guys.
And that's what he did.
Okay, so maybe you're right about the vengeance thing.
And that's justice to Rachel.
So I will say...
Jackie Chan could murder him before the authorities got there.
So I felt like this movie was definitely a Netflix movie. I didn't feel like it was like...
It was popular, though, when it was at the movies. Was
it
at the movies?
I don't remember this being at the movies.
Okay, maybe it wasn't. I remember hearing about it, and then after seeing it recently, I was like, oh, I wish I would have seen this before, because I liked it.
I thought it went straight to Netflix.
I have no idea.
Okay, so we'll look that up
All right,
later.
whatever.
But, like, it lacked some kind of depth. Like, or some kind of, like, you know... fluid touch that made everything kind of seamlessly, like, fall together. I felt like, you know, Jackie Chan kind of stuck out like a sore thumb. Like, it was just, things just didn't, like, come together as nicely as I would have liked them to. And some of the characters were not multifaceted. Pierce Brosnan's character's wife was just one-dimensional. And there were other things like that where it kind of lacked something extra for me. Okay,
yeah. I really liked it. I enjoyed it.
The one thing I did really like was Jackie Chan. So...
Everybody likes Jackie Chan.
But you might like Jackie Chan because you've seen him in, like, maybe, like, these martial arts movies and he does all his own stunts and it's like, oh, you love action. Or you might like Jackie Chan because you've seen him in some funny movies like Rush Hour or Shanghai Noon. But this was a really different role for Jackie Chan. It was very dramatic. And it was... It's bringing up tears for me. So at the beginning and end of the movie, he displays like I got tears in my eyes when we watched, like, when he holds his daughter, like, and she's dead. I didn't know I would cry this much.
It's okay.
And then there was his story that we kind of know a little bit about, but then at the very end, we get to see big pieces of his wife who died in childbirth, but we get to see the moment when he loses his other 2 daughters and how, like, devastating that was for him, and that all, like, you know, he loses, like, the last part of his family. You know, when his daughter dies in this bombing, which wasn't, you know, it wasn't intended for her to die. It was just intended for the IRA to send a message to Britain. But that this happens and you really understand, like, this was kind of like what lit the fuse for him to go out and seek vengeance / justice. Yeah.
You've already changed, like, your tune since the beginning. Now it's vengeance / justice.
I thought Jackie Chan did a really great job.
It's a really good movie.
And I looked it up afterwards. In this movie, he does all his own stunts. There's not a lot of them, but they're still significant.
It's a good movie.
Especially given his age. Yeah. Like, I thought he did a really good job. So I really enjoyed. I also enjoyed this movie.
So definitely watch it. You know, if you want to start a watch party, don't invite us.
Kelsey's opposed to the Netflix watch party.
I was like, there's nobody I want to have a watch party with in the world. Except you, and you're sitting next to me. The puppers.
You can invite me to a watch party. I would probably enjoy it.
I'll just ignore it.
But in the meantime...
Hey, hit me up on LinkedIn about it.
Like, comment, and subscribe.
People email me up. Like,
it helps the channel grow.
Reach out on LinkedIn. If you reach out to me about something on LinkedIn, I'm never going to respond to you. Unless you literally have, like, money for me. You know what I mean? If you leave with, like, hey, I have some money for you,